Hi, and welcome to Odyssey of Ascension. This is Roxanne once again. Thank you all for tuning in, and thank you all for tuning in to the live Q&A. It was a wonderful. We had a great time, and remember, we're going to do that every second Saturday of every month. So whatever the second Saturday is in, what month is this? August? So it'll be September. In September, that's when we'll do the next live Q&A. I'll post another event and of course post a link on to the YouTubes when we get closer to that. And also the Q&A that you can write your questions in, you can keep sending those. We're going to do that the last Wednesday of this month. And once again, thank you all. Thank you all for just keep jamming with me. We're having fun. Very good. You guys ready? So am I. Bye. It's truly not bye. She's always over here. Little game she plays with herself. And that's what we like to talk about. How you play the game. Stand by. Remember, guys, how you play the game, it doesn't matter. Your relevance tells you it matters. Your irrelevance tells you it doesn't matter. You can play the game any way you want to. You can play green, you can play blue, you can play red, you can play yellow, you can play purple, you can play any of the colors of the game. It's your game. Take off the structure and the stricture of how you're playing the game in every now. We're giving you so much ideas to just release yourself. Through the discovery of releasing yourself from all the focus of distractions, the importance, the reliability, is it relevant, is it non-relevant, is it this, is it that, how to, all of that distractions gives you a whole new playground of choosing to play the game how you want to. And then when you release all of the ideas of the meanings of things, of the outcomes, the consequences, and all that shit that keeps your mind in a frenzy, you just have fun while playing the game. See, you can play the game in distractions. You can play the game as a psychic. You can play the game as asleep. You can play the game as awake. Or then you can play the game on how awake I am compared to the other people. And how spiritual I am and how not they are. Or how beautiful I am and how beautiful they are. You can play the game any way you want to. And that's where we want to take you. Into a new idea playground. The playground of yourself that says what? You are playing the game how you choose. How do you want to play the game? That's the gift. It's up to you. What tells you you're playing the game wrong? I'll tell you. Judgment. If you want to go like that. And that in and of itself, on telling yourself you're playing the game wrong, and judgment of that is the game itself. Do you see it? See, there's no not playing the game from any angle. It's the awareness of how you're playing the game that structures your own idea of yourself in frustration, anger, angst, pissed off, having a good time, holding motherfucking grudges. Ugh. Get over it. Someone betray you? They fuck you over? What are you going to do? Go beat the crap out of them? Get an apology? You want an apology? That's playing the game in and of itself. An apology for someone that did what? Let's see. They chose amnesia. And they were in a completely different environment than you would ever be, because every unique universe is perfect. And then you're crapping on them because they chose. That is playing the game. Now see that? You can do that. And that's what we want you to see. We want to show you that if you were a judger, you hold grudges, you look down upon others, you separate yourself in let's say, divisions of asleep and awake. And then spiritual racism is running rampant. Star children, or star seeds rather, indigo children, and blue avian 1s or blue avian A's, new kind of idea that just popped on, and then having a different type of blood types and separation, and you're categorizing yourselves. Guess what? That's the game. You get to do that because you're God, and it's not wrong. That's what you have to see. And if you don't choose to see it, that's still your truth, and that's your game, and that is perfect. Now you see how every choice is your own authority, your best self. You are all the time playing the game. Even when you insist you're not playing the game, you're playing the game because you're playing the game by insisting you're not playing the game. If you're human and you're aware right now, you're an idea in the game. And you get to choose to play the game any way you want to. And the game has ideas of structure, different ways to give you energetic vibrations of what? Life. Expression. Dependency. Irrelevant. Critical. Judgmental. Joyous. Passion. Artistic. Logical. Clinical. Cynical. You get to do all of that. The game is yours to play. But the vibratory sense of the self, the discernment and honesty, tells you how you're playing a game, the game, according to only one idea, yourself. Listen to that again. All the ways you're playing the game is a reflective mirror, and the discernment of your own honesty tells you how you're playing the game. And when you grind against your own honesty, the game becomes rough. It becomes ugly. In the moment, it's vibratory anger, frustration, angst that sends you on an emotional ride of complete disarray, disheveled, questioning, asking whys and hows. That's what the honesty tells you, that you're choosing an idea of the game that is no longer needed, but it's still a choice, no longer needed by you, the individual in the mirror, your world, which says, I don't have to choose this anymore. We understand about the fears. We don't need to talk much about the fears anymore. Because you recognize them too much. You see them too much. And you're aware of them too much because they'll never come true in the way you ever say they are. None of them has. None of them. All of those fears are in time. They don't exist in the now. And so you know they're illusionary. And when you pay homage to them as a structure of emotional attachment, that's awareness that you are undoing your own limitations. So of course rejoice. Those ideas of actions that others have done to you, a permission slip is forgiveness. But even Yeshua said forgiveness is not needed. Because forgiveness is an idea that someone messed up, that someone did something wrong to you. No one's ever done anything wrong to you, ever. Okay? Everyone is lost together. And we're going home together. So you can look at all the structures of your life on how you're playing this game. And you can categorize it and figure out this game with a scientific protocol. That's the game. You can let go of everything and become the stillness of now. That's a game. You can let your higher self and be vulnerable in the now. That's the game. You can be yourself in acceptance to the mirror and allow others to run your life because you don't have any will for the self-worth that lies within, and that's the game. See, if it happens this lifetime or next or the last or the first, it doesn't matter. It's all the game in the now. There's no structure that you guys are validating on how the game truly can happen. You're the own compass. You're the leader, you are the follower, you are the creator of everything in your world. And you have to let yourself go to see that the game is being played by you every moment in perfection. And that perfection of the game is your own version of creation. And when you can stop for 1 second and realize, just for one now, that maybe you've been structuring the game according to an idea of someone else's game, then you can free yourself from the way you've been playing and play with your own colors from now on. Truly. Understand that you are the own vibration. You radiate different ideas of yourself. You move yourselves into frequencies and ideas unbeknownst to you in all nows. You are ever expanding, ever collapsing, ever birthing, ever dying, in all facets of yourself, in all nows forever. And it is an experiential idea that leads to more beauty, compounded every now, forever, that you can perceive in an idea of the tiniest little amount right now that would of course fall short to what you really are. So your consideration for the idea of what you are and how you're playing the game according to the one main thing, gaining that self-worth back, that self-love, then maybe you can see that the game can be played in a way that you have never thought of because you've been thinking. In the idea of vulnerability, to allow yourself to be the thought instead of think of the idea, and watch the difference between the two yous playing the game for a few nows. And the game becomes so exponential and so beautiful and so wondrous that you need no idea to create your happiness other than what you are. Right now. That's it. No more who you are, no more how, definitely no more whys. Whys are energetic idea of details that'll spin you into a hole. You'll sit in that dirty diaper trying to figure out how to get out of it with the whys. And you'll stay there because that's a vibration that the mirror loves. And it loves all vibrations, so it gives you that vibration because the mirror loves. So always remember that whatever you're choosing, it's because you're choosing it. And whatever is there is because it's there. Because you've chosen it. So see how you're playing the game in a new perspective. With the release of the constructs that you find valuable to be graded by the others in your world, in whatever world that is, spiritual, 3D, non-3D, whatever game you want to play that you categorize yourself, what earth you're on, 3D, 4D, 5D, 11th, doesn't matter, wherever your space-time now is, look at that way you're playing the game. And see that maybe you could look at it in a different way. That you've been holding that construct of how you play the game in a guidance fashion by others. There always will be a time for all entities that they will remember their own worth. And they will come home in that moment and be themselves, recollect on the game, beautify the game, ponder the game, express the game, in a lot of cases continue the game. It's all choice. So in that idea, we'd like you to do this for yourself. We always love you guys choosing yourself. We think you should take yourself out on dates, treat yourself like queens and kings. Just be this grand lover of yourself. So in that idea, give yourself an idea, favor, treat yourself to this. For a few nows, play the game in the way that you don't have to think about it anymore. When you feel the thought reinforcing a vigorous vibration of frustration, separation, anger, angst, you all know the terms now, then that idea thought is what the game wants, that you see yourself shoring up those divisions. And step back in awareness and say, I can play the game different. I can. I don't need to do this anymore. Just for a little bit. A couple of days. We've done the day-week thing before and it works beautifully. even though sometimes you don't think it works because you're still expecting. So don't put any expectations on how you're going to change the game in yourself. Yes, people are always asking, absolutely. They're always asking, how do I change my vibration? Well, you got to choose now. No one's going to change it for you. The mirror doesn't change for you, it changes because of you. Right? That's how it works. So when you are in the nows of awareness and seeing your priorities of energetic creations, and those priorities are repetition, and you're still spinning yourself in whys and hows and wonders and frustrations and things that you have to deal with, and importance, judgments, effort. If you can see yourself doing that, then maybe you can look at the thought process behind that energetic idea that you've been continuing. And maybe the perpetuation can stop for just one moment, so you can see the beauty of the vulnerability in action. And the frequency of change is allowed to be apparent to you because you're no longer blinded to it with your ideas of validation as a structure. So what you'll do is go about your nows looking for no change, expecting the mirror not to change, with no expectations of the mirror in change as well. Beautiful. And choose the idea of observing the game in awareness as actionable things come to the now present, and you feel yourself making those choices. And you slowly start to see the entity that is engaged in the game. And the fractal becomes more apparent to you. And the two minds are growing closer to one. Because once a mind is aware of another mind, then the two minds can merge once again. Truly. So play that idea for a few nows. Be your color. Roxy chooses purple. That's her game color. You need not know the definitions of the color. All of you know the colors of the games you play. You know the vibrations that you sit in that create your reality. The blues, majestics, the yellows, free-flowing fairies, the greens, ponderers, the reds, fire breathers. You know that. You can interpret it in your own way now. And feel how you're playing the game in vibration, in reference to color. To feel your own isness instead of thinking about it. And maybe your validation of thought becomes less and less in the idea of time. And thought comes in feeling. And there's no delay between the actions. The will and creation has no time now. And you're the one who takes the arc of the now and stretches it with thought. And thinking, making sure, probabilities, relevance, irrelevant, important, rely, illusion, distractions, wonderment. Why? Because you're God. See that now. You have a whole new playground to play in right now. And it is one of effortless and ease. And if your logical mind is screaming at you that it doesn't make sense, perfect. Because now you get to go somewhere else in a non-reliable world of the unknown and get out of that reliability that you've been pinning your creation on of experience of thought from the past. Your logical thinking mind. Truly. And don't worry about the thinking mind, guys. The logic mind comes back. We don't discount the logic mind, but you pin it as creation. You rely upon it. You are becoming one mind. You will use all attributes of yourself in the now. But you use that as a dependency of creation. because it keeps you safe, it keeps you comfortable, it keeps you known, it keeps you admired, it keeps you accepted, which gives that worthiness, a vibration, however slight it is, that you count. And that reliability is crumbling, only leaving you with one thing, to look inside to that worthiness of the self and see that it's been your love for yourself that you've been seeking the whole time, truly. Play the game. It is a great game. And judge yourself no longer for how you've been playing the game. And continue your way and create this world in the beauty that it is. We love you. Truly. Thanks, guys. Good shit. I love you guys. We'll see you on Friday. Bye.